Portugal very much deserving of this win. For the Dutch, it was just a bit bleh.
It was. Well, the game as a whole was a bit bleh. But I have to say that for Portugal, it's a comfortable way to play. This is the way that they won Euro 2016. This is the way that they seem to advance in tournaments in which they make things uncomfortable for everybody else. And then you just have one or two guys that are difference makers, mainly Cristiano Ronaldo. On different days, Bernardo Silva. Most of the time is Ronaldo. And today, it was more of the same. It was a team that pressed higher up the field, created some issues for the Netherlands in trying to regain possession of the ball. The Netherlands were never good in transition, were never a threat in behind. So therefore, it was very comfortable for Portugal just to kind of take a step forward and from then on create those turnovers. They carried the momentum of the game. They created whatever opportunities there were in the game. There weren't that many, but they created whatever was out there. And I think in the end, they deserved to win it. For
all the praises we sang of De Jong last, the semi-final, barely mentioned him against Portugal. And I think that's testament to Portugal and how good they'd been. Not nowhere near as negative as they were in 2016 or even against Switzerland a couple of days ago, and stifled the Dutch. And in fairness, the Dutch front three was simply awful. As good as Memphis Depay has been for Lyon, I don't think he offered anything today. Just hopeful balls into the box that didn't really seem to match the quality or the expectation from him. And then between Babel and Bergwijn, again, nothing. The Portuguese, and once you get the goal, you're not going to break them down. I thought they were worthy winners.
Gab, how big a deal is this for Portugal?
Well, I mean, I think it certainly is a big deal. Is it a World Cup? Is it a Euro? No, of course not. But when you look at this, when you look at the teams they had to go through to win this, you know, Holland to get to a final had to get past Germany and France and England. You know, you're talking world champions, you're in Germany, World Cup semi-finalists. Portugal, perhaps in some ways, a bit of an easier road. They played Italy, they played Poland, they played Switzerland, and obviously now Holland in the final. They won 4, they drew 2. That's probably a tougher run than they had to win the Euros in 2016. So I think there is a lot of value in it. And what we know is that Fernando Santos in these knockout tournaments, he's very much in his element. I think he totally tactically outfoxed Ronald Koeman today, and well done, Portugal.
Meanwhile, for the Dutch, Gab, obviously this has proved to be a significant stepping stone in trying to get over the disappointment of not making it in their last 2 major tournaments.
It is. I think it's a step forward. I think there's some very exciting players that you're going to continue to build around, not just, you know, the ones we all know, De Ligt, De Jong, Donny van de Beek, and whatnot. But, you know, Depay, I think, still has a lot to give. Bergwijn can't be as awful as he was today. There's a player in there. You know, guys like Hateboer can still contribute and come in. Dumfries too. But I think what you're noticing, though, is that, you know, these revolutions don't happen overnight. And if in certain positions you're still wheeling out Ryan Babel and Quincy Promes and Luke de Jong, you know, you got to wait for that area of the pitch to catch up, so to speak.
So overall, Nations League, first ever one?
A success. And I think it's a step forward. Let's not get crazy, but it's certainly a step forward. It's an improvement for what was done before, and I think it gives an opportunity, certainly to the top-tier teams to remain top-tier teams, but it gives opportunity to the lower-tier teams that, with work and development and cultivating talent, you're also able to advance in the competition to a whole entirely different level, which then opens the door of opportunity for you to do something better than what you were doing before. So I think it's an all-inclusive competition, and it's one that allows these games to be, in the end, meaningful, competitive. That's what we wanted.
Look, the greatest impact in this tournament will be for those lower tier teams.
Yeah.
And
especially
probably,
when it comes to playoffs and qualification for the Euro.
And just having meaningful competition. But we're talking about the tier 1 teams. And again, you look at the crowds, you look at the response of the players at the end, and you compare that to what is there to replace international friendlies. And yes, absolutely, it's a huge success.
For more, sign up now for ESPN+.